Hey guys, real quick, as always, make sure you guys watch a few minutes ahead of the video before you get started. Even watch at least 10 minutes ahead of before you start getting into it. This is actually a pretty easy job, so you should have no difficulties again. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this does help you out. Very common vehicle. Should not take longer than about 30 minutes. That's how long I took, even while recording, I'd say, before I edited out a lot of parts and the vacuuming portion as well. Again, guys, make sure you guys join the Discord. I hope to get some new members in the Discord, and subscribe, like, and I will hopefully you guys enjoy this. What's going on, guys? It's Jose with Jay's Mobile Auto Glass. Today we're going to be doing a rear door glass on a 21 Toyota Tacoma. As you guys can see, it was broken into. Here's the tape from where it was before we cleared off the tape. This glass is pretty easy to replace and install, clean up. We went ahead and did some vacuuming up in here just to make it a little quicker. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. As always, you want to check your new glass to make sure you have the right size, and again, make sure it matches the privacy color as well. So when we have here a YPY, you're gonna need a YPY. We got a 26755 YPY, and we're gonna go ahead and check, and we got the flat part through here, and we are good to go. We do have the right glass. As always, I set my glasses up here in the front. Make sure everything's good, right there, nice and safe. You don't want it to fall anywhere. Let's go ahead and get started. This job is pretty easy, guys, again. So right off the back, go ahead and get rid of this clip right here. Push it in. Making sure, one of my biggest problems is make sure you guys get a good view. Pop it, you just have to push it in. When you put it back in, you just got to push it out. I'll go ahead and do that. Put it here on the seat. Since we're done vacuuming, you don't have to worry about that. Right back here, you're gonna stick a poker tool in here, kind of push back there, open the handle a little bit. Then you got two Phillips heads. Got that. Let's go ahead and loosen the Phillips. I'm not rushing again, so we're gonna take our time. I forget how many screws are in here. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. There's one down here. I did vacuum out here, so I need to make sure I did not accidentally vacuum the cover, which I will run over to the other side in a second and check. Yeah, make sure you guys push into that screw, because if not, you can strip it, and that's the last thing you want. Now what we're gonna do is do our feel. We always do a feel to make sure there's nothing underneath and I don't feel anything. You always want to do that. I'm gonna pop off this cover right here, just because I feel like, if I remember correctly, there's something in here. I could be wrong. Could only be two screws holding it in place. I'm gonna say it's only 2 screws. Let me check the other side, and these lights are on, and it is bugging me. Nope, it's just there we go. Turned them off, because now his battery's gonna be dead, and we don't want to have to do that. Pig's foot. Let's go ahead and start popping. If we feel like it's too tight, I'll go ahead and well, you have now right here, straight down this side, guys, you have a little opening where you want to stick your pig's foot in here, and you just want to twist. So there you go, twist. Careful not to drag your pig's foot across the metal. You might scratch that metal. We have a clip fall off. There we go. We'll put it back on the panel before we forget. There we go. All right, now we're gonna hang up. Now for this portion, we didn't take this part off. We probably should have took this off first. There we go. That I was able to do it with my hands, just 3 clips holding this little trim piece. And I believe it sits inward, so we're gonna kind of see if we can pull it off. We were able to just pull this piece off. So if you're watching this before you get started, take off this piece first. Use a fiber tool. Now we're gonna go ahead and unlatch. Oh, we have a clip that went back in its place. Unlatch. White on top, green on the bottom. You're gonna pull, you're just gonna kind of pop it off place, pop it up there, pop it up, same thing. Now we're gonna disconnect the switch down here. And just like that, guys, we have the panel off. I'm going to show you. Again, you have one here where you're just going to kind of push it up towards me or away from the panel, each one, then line it straight up, then just go straight up on the ball and the hinge there. Connector, it's going to be right here. You're just going to pinch it. You'll be fine there. Now, again, don't forget to vacuum this little area, this little trim piece. That way it does not scratch the new glass. We have a clear plastic bag here with butyl. We're gonna have to kind of remove it. If by chance this does rip, it's not the end of the world, but most of the time this butyl gets old. This is, again, a pretty new vehicle, so we should we shouldn't struggle too much with it, but actually what I might do is just actually vacuum from here. 10 millimeter. Toyota uses 10 a lot. Oop, that went flying over there. Oop, I hit my thing. There we go. Alright, well, I'll just leave the extension. You don't need it. I've got the extension just because we are going to take off the screws off the old one. So then we're going to remove the speaker out of the way. Leave it connected just in case. There we go, 3. Remove that there. It's going to have a little bit of a adhesive there. We're going to unclip it. There we go. Put that right there, somewhere safe. Now we have all this room to really get a nice clean vacuum. We should theoretically have ports to where we can take off the little holes here where we can. I always forget to put these on, guys. Try not to forget to put these back on. If you do, I mean, it is what it is. If you don't, if you do forget, it is what it is. I mean, so I'm gonna keep ripping this off. I'm really trying not to rip the bag. Like I said, if I rip the bag, it's fine, but my goal is always not to rip this bag. If we can get this bag off, this butyl is just, there we go. All right, all I'm gonna do is just leave it like that for a second. And now we have access here with this little plastic. We're just gonna move it like that. Now we're gonna lower the window down and access those two, what is it, 10 millimeter bolts that hold the old, what is it, hangers or whatever you call them, tabs. Let me get the keys real quick. Let's see if my customer left me the keys. He did not. I'm gonna move her more over here, somewhere safe, right there, just to be safe. I'll be right back. Let me grab the keys. Typically, you don't want to start the car. I made a mistake there, where okay, actually, nice. Okay. Now that we have the key, guys, we're gonna actually turn on the car. Now, in a lot of my videos, you don't want to turn the car on when you don't have the switch connected, but in this matter, it'll be okay. Toyotas are actually very more cooler in that aspect. We're gonna, we can either connect the whole panel back in there, or you can try and pop off this little portion where the switch is. I'm gonna try and push it because you only have 2 connectors here that are locking into place. What I typically do is just kind of push up on it, if I can. If not, there we go. And then we get this portion out of it. We were able to just to kind of push it upward, a lot more better than prying it. You don't want to break these tabs or lose them. We're gonna set this actually over here. I don't want it to scratch on the glass on the bottom. So now we're gonna connect this. Really important before you start lowering and raising the motor, give it some hit. The reason why you want to hit it is in case some of the glass fell into the motor, just to be safe. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull off this this rubber piece too. We're gonna pull this little rubber piece off gently, don't yank, just kind of slowly roll it out of itself. Again, Toyota's makes a very easy job. And there we go, we got this little rubber. We are gonna re-clean it, so I'm gonna set it here because I still have to double check it. And oh, here's the clip. I told you I was gonna forget it, but I'll put it here before. Now we're gonna have to remove this rail. Go ahead and do this. All right, there's one. Now I need to find the other one. The other one's gonna be right down here. Now be very careful not to let this screw drop from behind, kind of push it in. If you're worried about that, what you can do is kind of like feed it to yourself. There we go. It actually will, there's an access point right here, so don't be worried, guys, about that. So we're gonna remove that bar because we're still gonna have to clean it as well. Gently, there's no point, there we go. So as you can tell, there's glass stuck in here, so I might just pull this whole rubber piece out while so I don't set it down or forget how it goes, if it goes up or down, which I don't think it makes a difference, but still. In all the videos, guys, you don't see me wearing gloves, but I do recommend, if this is your first time, put some gloves on, be safe. Getting cut is very annoying. I'm gonna set her right here. There we go. We should now be able to lower the window down so we can unbolt it. Now what you wanna see here is, let me make sure I get the camera right. You wanna be able to get this hole to line up to where the rail is. And you can slide the rail left or right. So, let me find my ratchet. Again, that's why we had the 10mm in the extension. So then we're gonna extend outward. There we go. These are the tabs I was talking about, 10mm. Have some glass and urethane in them. I like to keep these sometimes because you never know. So a lot of times I'll keep some extra ones. I run into some situations. I'm gonna separate these two 10mm bolts because they are not the same. So here we go. This bag is getting in the way, which is why I hate that bag. All right, now we have access to, let me check the time on the video. We got 11 minutes so far. Now we have access to vacuum. We have a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick vacuum here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna edit it out, of course, and then I'll see you guys in a few seconds as I get the vacuum here ready, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. I left the truck on, no big deal there. We're gonna go ahead and put this glass in the truck. Now, this is the part where I forget if I go from the inside to the outside. There's only one way it really will go in. A lot of times I do these vehicles and I have to always remember how I did it because I will forget. So we're gonna go from the outside first. And yeah, I'm pretty sure because you do have this opening right here that allows you to go in at an angle. So when we go in there, and before you even bolt it in, go ahead and just make sure you're behind this little flare, middle flare there. And now, if you're there, with one hand, if you have a helper, this really helps a whole lot more. You definitely want to get in front of those tabs. There's one, get in here. This one you can't really see that well. I'm gonna say I'm in. Now, I'm gonna leave them both like this for a second. I'm gonna bolt one in because I'm kind of holding my breath here. Now, something that may happen on some of these jobs, and you guys saw that with the last Lexus video I did, the tabs might be glued incorrectly. Be very careful. That's why I said leave them loose. As long as you can get a few thread spins in it or twist in it, you'll be fine. You'll be able to just hold it in place. If you have to come back to this job later because they weren't properly glued on, it's not the end of the world there either, but do let your customer know what's going on. Again, we don't make these glasses. A lot of people think we make them in the back. A lot of people think we make them in the back of our van, but we do not. I want to just like snug, a little tight, not too loose, guys. These will come off. You can also break the plastic. You want to snug. Everything in the auto glass is pretty snug except the wiper blades and all that. All right, we're here. The glass will move left and right. We got a little bit of free play. I'm gonna slide this glass. I'm gonna go ahead and put this rubber piece first, slide it upwards. We're gonna go ahead and clean this out. As always, this is the most important part. Run your fingers through there. I know it's gonna sound bad, but if your fingers don't get cut while you stick your fingers in there, then you are good to go. I literally stick my whole finger in there just to be safe because I do not want my customer to hear glass scratching his brand new door glass. It sounds terrible, it's embarrassing, and then a lot of times you'll hear it finally fall down, but I always try to avoid that because it just doesn't look very good. Now you want to make sure you get this little piece in here, back in the bottom trim piece. So just do make sure you go in there. I'm gonna start where it's easier. Actually no, they're both gonna be the same thing. So we're gonna go ahead and stick in here. Yeah, I'm not rushing. I'm actually just taking my time. This is my friend's vehicle. Actually, he got broken into. If you're in the Atlanta area, so he's in the Atlanta area and he got broken into, unfortunately. So I gotta go down here. Okay. What I'm thinking is I might just take off this little trim piece. Nah, I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to make sure I get a nice little, there we go. This piece is what's going to be very important. This is your make or break it portion, guys. And see, look, I'm not behind that, so that's not good. You're going to be behind it. You want to be exactly how it was before. If it's not like it was before, then you are not doing it right. So this actually goes right in between it, not behind it, sorry. Okay, there we go. So this little bite piece goes inside the lip here, the molding. And then we're gonna put that piece up here. I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this up just so it can hold itself in place. And then we're gonna squeeze this little piece in here if it lets us. We're gonna kind of get it in there. There we go. So we were able just to push it in there. Now we're gonna go in here. Now we're lined up nice. Back on the dirt, I call it a dirt line. You're back in there. Now we're gonna go in here and do the same thing on this one. Same thing, same process as we go in the middle. Don't put this whole side in or it's gonna struggle. So you kind of get it, go ahead and get it in the middle. And this, again guys, if this video is hard to understand, I'm kind of sick too, so I apologize for that. I'm gonna slide this glass forward. There we go. There we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just put this piece in. Okay. Same thing as before. Here's the dirt line I was telling you. There's a dirt line right there. So we gotta get that to match exactly how it was before. And there we go. We just got it in there like nothing. All right. This rubber piece is back on. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna want this window to go all the way back up. I just heard more glass fall, which is not what you really want to hear, but okay. I'm gonna make this window go all the way up just because I want to see. Just do it slow. And you can hear glass. So there's a piece of glass in there that I was not able to see or hear, but I'll worry about that in a second. Now we're all the way up. I'll go back and re-clean it with a fiber tool or something, and then go from there. Let's see. Okay. Now I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put the bar back in here. Sorry, I got a technician calling me. All right, now I forgot how the bar went. The bar will only go one way because it bolts this way. Can't really go like that. So, or I will go like this. So now we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go this way and go up. There we go. Now you'll have to line yourself up a little bit here. I'm trying to remember where exactly I had that piece in, which was up here and down here. So once you get up there, this is where it's gonna be a little annoying too, because I probably should have done it just a little bit differently. See, there it is. See that rubber piece right there? You want to slide all the way up there. And there we go. I'll hold it there. All right guys, we're back. Let me go here. And then go ahead and put the two 10mm in here. There's one. These two are different. They have bigger washers on them, just in case, so you don't forget. We have this guy right here. I'm gonna do some from the inside if I can. Actually, no, let me use my long 10mm extension. Let me see if I can get it in there. Alrighty. There we go. Overall, if I wasn't talking and stopping every so often to do something, this would be about a 30-minute job, guys. Snug. Snug. There we go. Snug. There we go. Check the rail before you do anything else. We should be good there. This rail helps it from moving left and right. Now, we saw a glass piece in here. I'm gonna lower this window all the way before I finish. There it is. There it is. So you heard it, it fell down. I hate that I missed that piece of glass, but I think it was actually more in here. There might be another rail thing protector there. But over time, it's gonna, any other glass will just fall itself there too. I hate that though. I thought I got all of it. I don't think it was in here. I think it was somewhere, another little piece in here, but I no longer hear it. Let's go ahead and go back to putting it back together. Again, I'm gonna leave the vehicle on. If they have mechanical issues, that's not your issue. If it overheats or something, that's not your issue. You're here to put the window in. The vehicle has to be on at time, so, and you can't watch their vehicle. They should give you a heads up on that. As someone that comes from the mechanic field, that's always in the back of my head is if their vehicle is gonna heat up, especially doing older vehicles. But a lot of times that's something they really need to address before doing anything. I'm on loose, no wonder. Snug, snug, snug. We're nice and snug, making it sure. Okay, let's put this plastic piece back on. Not much to that one. We saved the bag, so we should be good there. So we're just gonna go and go boom, 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 boom. That's nice. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and put this panel clip right here. I'm gonna disconnect the switch. I'm not worried about the auto down and auto up on this Toyota, just because, again, this isn't one vehicle you need to be worried about when it comes to that. We're gonna go ahead and slide this little burger back in here. Boom, we're good there. I'm gonna set them here for a second. I'm actually gonna put it upside down, just make sure any other glass just falls off. Make sure no clip fell when you did that, and we're good there. And again, look, I forgot to vacuum right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick little touch-up vacuum there at that on that trim. All right, now that we got the rail here vacuumed, I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back on. Again, remember, white on top, green on the bottom. You can always tell too, in case you get confused, these will only open up one style. See, this one opens up the door because you can feel it. This one only goes lock and unlock. And typically your lock and unlock mechanism is on the top. So that's one of the easiest ways just to make sure, in case you forgot or you're doubting yourself. Same process before, put the ball in it. Then you want to just kind of push that little white piece back in there. Same thing as the other one. Go back in there. Before we forget, and we almost forgot, these little tabs, these little rubber grommets, which we always forget. I have a collection of them, and this one doesn't go that one. This one goes over here. All right. I did not want to get made fun of in the comment section because of that. There we go. First time ever we get them all in there. Now we're gonna go ahead and just kind of put the same process before. Go straight in there, push down, and you're just gonna push it all together. Don't need to do it too hard. There we go. Okay, guys. There, we're pretty much just gonna wrap it up. Do make sure your connector is outside, not underneath, or you're gonna have to fish it out. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this right here, connect this back in. We're gonna push this back in. Now, one quick thing I'm gonna actually push on you guys is, before you start bolting everything back together, let's test out everything. That way, if we had to take off the panel, we can take it off. This won't bother us too much. Listen, you wanna hear? I can hear stuff in here. This, I can hear it in here. Beautiful. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and put this trim piece on as well. There. Gently on this one, guys, because you don't want to. These clips will actually fly in there, and there's one. And that's not what you want to happen. I'm actually gonna do this different because of that. You don't want to do what I just did because these clips are annoying. Grab them with your fingers. Now, because I had one fall, what I'm gonna do is to compensate for that, I'm gonna put it on the top. Again, I feel bad, but So a lot of times you can push it in there, but don't. In the beginning, I'm gonna actually emphasize that to take those off before, and you'll be fine with just two, one on the top, one on the bottom there, holding it in place. Put the screws in there. Oh, and then this clip. I thought this was one of the screws. Push that, push, and then you push the pin. Boom, we're good there. Now we should have two screws here. Here they are. You got one that's thicker and one that's like not as thick. So, hence the different sizes, okay? I'm making sure I didn't forget anything. A lot of times I'll forget like the little trim piece that goes right there, but on this one, most of the time it's domestic vehicles where you take off the slot, that portion. This one, foreigns are nicer. Again, Toyotas are really easy to do. Recording, I got 27 minutes and 40 seconds on this job. So total about 30 minutes. Really nice, easy job, guys. Should not give you difficulties. Again, I really emphasize you guys test this out before you put everything back together, just because you will forget. It happened to me. It's happened to the best technicians. You'll forget to hook this little thing, and then you have to take it all apart. You'll have your customer call you at 10 o'clock at night saying he can't get in his car. Other than that, I'm grab my tools. Again, you want to make sure you vacuum out his stuff. I would always do a before and after picture, just because you never know what their stuff is in there, or get blamed for what's in there as well. And as you can tell, if your customer has worries about how to remove this adhesive, acetone or Goo Gone will do a great job. Just make sure it's paint friendly. You do not want to ruin this. If you offer crash wrap, do let your customers know they can stop by your shop to do some crash wrap. To offer it's a complimentary, good way to build the trust for your customer and sell the job as well. And the truck is locked. So other than that, guys, if this video helped you out, please make sure to give a thumbs up and follow the channel, subscribe, and hopefully I'm able to upload more videos again, and hope to see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.